Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, he's finally here! What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? I was not planning on recording this, but I logged into the test server, and I need you guys to see my first reaction. Good or bad, I haven't read his kit yet, but he looks freaking cool. It's the Skinwalkers Faction Unity Champion. Finally. And we're going to look at his kit together, but we're going to start off with a doozy. We have speed in arena battles by 24% and accuracy in all battles that only applies to Skinwalkers. That's a sick combo just right off the bat, and he looks absolutely amazing, okay? Now, I've been hoping that the Skinwalkers one is the best one, but either way, you know, it's the one that I need in my life, okay? It's the one I need, and I have a couple other ones, but he's the one that I need. Okay, so A1. I'm a little underwhelmed here. Attacks one enemy 2 times. After the second hit, heals all allies by 5% of his max HP. 10% chance of granting an extra turn. Okay, I mean, that's okay. He's an HP-based champion. Alright, okay. A2. Single target decreased defense. After attacking the initial target, attacks all other enemies and has an 80% chance, 100 with books, placing decreased defense. So he attacks one enemy and then places decreased defense. Should be before the attack, but whatever. After attacking, then attacks all other enemies. So there might be an additional multiplier there, similar to repeating skills. I'm not sure on that one. Attacks all other enemies and places... I mean, so that's like an interesting version of decreased defense. Okay. Now we get into the A3. Double hitter, 100% stun. Before attacking, 100% chance to remove all buffs. Fills a turn meter for each stun. Ignore 50% of the resistance. So, I mean, I kind of like that. But that just feels like a sheep machine. And then what is the passive? When an ally using a multi-hit skill, each subsequent hit after the first deals 15% more damage? Oh boy, that could get out of hand. Now, unfortunately, this does not seem like a champion that really goes well on other Skinwalkers team. You know, like whenever an ally hits an enemy and has a 10% chance of placing a stun. That's great, but again, sheep machine. Whenever an ally inflicts a critical hit, fills their turn meter by 5%. That is amazing, okay? That's similar to what Androck does, and he is freaking good. Allies will ignore 30% of defense against enemies under stun. I mean, like, okay, alright. We're gonna stun, and then allies are gonna ignore 30%, so it should theoretically melt people. But also at the same time, aren't we just all sheep? Aren't we just all sheep? Now, when this passive here, though, like it seems like he's kind of an arena champion, right? He's got an arena aura. We're placing decreased defense. We're stunning people. I might use him in Hydra, though. Because, like, if we put him as our decreased defense champion with Teox and that multi-hit A3, the second hit's going to do 15% more damage. And when you have champions that do more than that, then they're going to do 15% more each additional hit. That seems very good. If you build the right team around him, that seems very good. Otherwise, I don't know. because how is he not going to be a sheep? Like, there's nothing in his kit that stops him from getting sheeped. Is there something in Skinwalkers that stops him from getting sheeped? I don't think so. Interesting. So I'm definitely going to be doing some content with him. Okay, so to start, let's jump in and do a damage test, and then maybe we'll put a Hydra team together. I don't think the arena setup is going to work, right? Tell me if you think I should have tested him in arena, but let's go for Dragon 20 and then some Hydra action. Alright, so damage test, Dragon 20. Let's do the A2. 220, 170. Not bad, not bad. Okay, A3. The dwarf is just there for the aura, for those of you curious. Yeah, I mean, his damage is mediocre, I suppose. It is fine, but, like, you're not going to count on him for damage. So let's just switch over to the Hydra team and see what kind of action we can get into there. I don't think this is the right meta for him in arena, but, like, tell me I'm wrong. I just don't see it. Like, we can't place the stun through Stone Skin. Like, if that was the case, okay. Before attacking has a 100% chance to remove all buffs, but then you're gonna get sheeped. Are you not? Okay, so reasonable Skinwalkers that you might want to pair with him. I would say Uko is at the top of that list. He's going to bring your revive, your block buffs, your decrease attack. He's great in a provoke or a curse set. There are others. Owl is going to be great. Owl can bring your decreased speed. Actually, Owl might be great here in this Estrid spot. Then you could free up something else. You don't need Ragash because you're this guy, Bolint. I don't like the name. Anyway, Bo, he is bringing your decreased defense. You could be bringing Akamtum, I suppose. You could be bringing some provokes, I suppose. Like, there's definitely some options, but these are going to be among the best ones. Razzlevarg or the Owl or both. We have the cow himself who counts, and then Monkey. Monkey is going to be the one who is controlling our block buffs and removing them. Of course, I have the fusion in here. We got to get him in there. Molly, who I have talked a lot about lately. I did a dedicated video on her earlier this week. And then we have Estrid in here to go along. So, I mean, I think this is a great team. I don't know if it's going to have enough survivability for Nightmare, but we're going to see. We are going to see. And I think they all have gear. I'm hoping I don't have to edit this part out, but I think I double-checked everybody. So, there's no Provoke Head here. I should have maybe prioritized... Okay, let's back out. We want to prioritize the decreased defense ability. And so that is going to not be that one. It is going to be the A2. Okay, and with Sun Wukong, we want to prioritize the block buffs. Estrid, make her do her abilities in the correct order, although usually she does. Molly, prioritize the revive. And then Scorid needs to prioritize the A3. We don't really have a cleanser in here. So, because we're on a different rotation than on the main server, which I guess I forgot about, we could suffer for some fears. So we could do something to put, you know, champions in there to deal with that. Why did it not place the decreased defense on everybody else after that first hit? Is that a bug? Okay, also, he didn't do 2 hits on the... He didn't do 2 hits on his A3. What's going on here, guys? Is this guy bugged on the test server? Let's see. Let's test it on the test server. Okay, so far the damage output is good. I expected nothing less. Okay. Are we gonna die? Okay, we're getting that turn meter boost and the heal on the A1, which is, I think, one of the coolest parts about his kit is that heal on the A1 and then the turn meter boost for the champions you have. Let's see what happened here. Nothing happened. Okay, we have decreased defense on one target. Am I missing something in his kit? Am I missing something in his kit? Okay. Why do we not have decreased defense up? Okay, I think I'm gonna just watch and pay attention, and then see what's what. We are dying a little bit, so it's possible that instead of the fusion, we need Mithrala here for the cleansing and the Hex. We could also put a different support champion in, like, you know, if you have somebody OP like Krisk, that could be great. There are other amazing champions too that we could put in here. But my main concern is that we don't have decreased defense. Well, and that's very strange. Okay, that time he placed it. Maybe I just don't have enough accuracy on him. Okay, I'm going to back out. I'm going to check the build. I probably just didn't put enough accuracy on him because I stole Terrace's gear for him. So he probably needs an accuracy banner. Let me fix that. Okay, that's all. Make sure you have accuracy on him because he does need that to place the decreased defense. And then I think, unfortunately, I would have loved to have Scored in here, but I think we need another champion who's going to help keep us alive. So the easiest switch for that is going to be Mithrala, I guess. Yeah, I wish we could have kept him in there for the damage test. I mean, it's possible we have enough damage that we don't need the survivability now. So we have green champion, and he is red, so that was just a weak hit. Let's restart. You want your beginning of your Hydra runs to go perfect, basically. You know, you can restart as many times as you want, so just make sure they land all the debuffs like that. There you go. Okay. Pretty close. Like, Estrid didn't land decreased speed, but that's okay. I love Molly, guys. I just love her so much. She's so freaking good. And yes, so that's going to help out, that cleanse. Yeah, that's definitely necessary for this team. We could have gone with maybe Inquisitor Shamail, but I think that shield, that's all we needed. That's all we needed was that shield, and then we're going to be good to go here. We're not going to get as much damage with Mithrala as we would with Scored. It's just a fact. He is definitely going to be a damage dealer. But we could replace somebody else. Like, if we rearranged the team, maybe we'll talk about that after this. If we rearranged the team so that maybe instead of Molly, we had Uko could go there. And then instead of Razzlevarg, we could put the new fusion, Scored, and then instead of Mithrala, we could put a different support champion. So that could be another way to rearrange this team as well. Obviously, you don't need Estrid. Nikmo would work well there also, but I like Estrid. I think she works particularly well in a team where you want a decreased defense champion, because she's bringing the weaken, the speed boost, and the increased speed and decreased speed. We do have an overlap between her and Razzlevarg. And in addition, if we rearrange the team like that, what we'd be able to see is that we could use a different support champion as well. Maybe one who's extending buffs. That could be pretty cool. Owl is a great one if we want to remove our Estrid here and put in someone else. We could put the Owl in that spot. Then we would have the decreased speed from the Owl and the increased speed from Razzlevarg. And then the turn meter boost from our faction unity guy. That could be another way to go. But yes, this looks much better now. Much, much better now. So I think we'll let this run and we'll see the damage output. But I think the important thing to note here is the support ability from him. We're healing everybody on the A1. We're boosting turn meters every time all of these champions attack, because I believe they all have crit rate. Maybe not Molly right now. But every champion with 100% crit rate is going to get their turn meter boosted every time they take an attack. And you can see that turn meter boost there. So his kit is pretty good. I'm not going to say that I'm super impressed, but I think it can be helpful. I was hoping the Skinwalker one would be OP and busted, but I think it's just good. It's just good. You can use it in a lot of different areas of the game. You can build him in a lot of different ways. I'd recommend staying with 100% crit rate, again, so we can boost that turn meter. I don't think he needs Terrace's Savage HP gear. That's for sure. But we'll see what happens, I guess. So let's let this play out, and then we'll see the results. Oh, I guess another thing we don't have in this team is HP burn. That could be a really valuable thing to add. That adds a lot of damage typically. So especially if we were reworking the team somehow, I think that could be really valuable to try to fit in, would be HP burn. Especially if we got the other orc guy in there, which, I mean, his kit seems okay. I don't know if he seems super great or anything like that, but he seems okay. As we're the reason that's obviously I brought that up is because we're getting screwed here by this poison cloud killing my damage. But yeah, Mithrala making this team a bit more consistent, and then if anything crazy goes wrong, we do have Molly to revive. Okay, so I just let this run on full auto. We did not come anywhere close to the turn limit. But as you can see here, he did an okay amount of damage, I guess. He did 10 million damage, which was actually more than Sun Wukong. That's pretty shocking. We had this whole group, like Bolint, 10 million, Sun Wukong, 9, Estrid, 13, and Mithrala, 11. Then over here, we did Razzlevarg at 17 million. So he's not that far off of being a good damage dealer here. Of course, if we had a more survivable team here, we could have, worked that in to get some more damage. Interesting. I don't know. I think that he's okay. I don't know if we can, really fit him in another team, though, because we really want this turn meter boost, I think. I mean, I guess you could just use him as a decreased defense champion. There seem like much better decreased defense champions than him. So if you're going to use him, I think the best bet would be to have 2 other Skinwalkers, and then that way we'll get this turn meter boost. But if you have 2 other Skinwalkers, then that is limiting your team. So I don't know. I think he's all right. I'm a little disappointed, but I had to make a video. I had to make a video talking about him. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later on stream for some sweet shard pulls. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.